Good morning, children. Welcome to the online classes for the fifth period of 8th standard. So, in this fifth period, we are going to see the next unit, that is the third unit. In this third unit, we are going to study the topic related to the history itself. So, the name of the lesson is Ancient Civilization of India. What? The ancient civilization of India. So, in the last class, we have studied that in the sources we have seen the evidences collecting by the archaeologist. In the second chapter, we have seen the geographical features and the prehistoric period. But in this class, we are going to study the point related to the how the ancient person become a civilized person, or why how this period is to be considered as the civilized in India. So you know the meaning of civilization means something he known to be came, something he is going to be get the knowledge. You can take the civilized means earlier the people belongs to the ancient period, they don't have the idea related to the food. But later they got an idea how to get the food from the these plants. So they have started to collect the rice, wheat, some cereals and getting use of this. And one side we are showing the people are getting the use of animals also by collecting the milk. So that is called as the civilization. It means the person getting changes in his life. So, in this ancient civilization, we are going to see how the people belongs to the ancient period, they got this civilization. So, according to the archaeologist, who, according to the archaeologist, you know who are the archaeologists? So, these archaeologists have started to get the evidences, and after getting the evidences they are going to declare this period is considered as the civilized. How? So that time archaeologists have came across the sign of huts and the houses in some places. They came to be knowledge that in this period, in the ancient period, the people are going to construct the huts or the houses according to their knowledge. That was seen by the archaeologists. How? Because they have started to get the excavation. Already we have studied about the excavation. It means digging the land for getting the evidences. So they have excavated a cellar in the place by the name Burja Home in Kashmir. Burja Burja home in Kashmir. So, by knowing this Burja home itself, they came to be an idea that in this period, the huts and the houses were constructed by the people belong to this area. So, people those times used to be dig a shallow pits in the soil. They are going to dig the in the soil and live in them. Who? The people belongs to the ancient, and there were the steps leading to the pits. You know that underground houses, by making these people belongs to the this ancient period. How they are going to make? By digging the land, they are going to make the houses to get the settlement there, and they were built in this manner in order to provide the protection from the cold weather and wild animals. Even they are taking the security, getting the security for by constructing the houses or making some alternative source for the security to border to the house to get the control from the or protection from the weather and the animals. So that time we are going to see the eastern parts have been found inside and outside such a pits. So the houses made in the land. In these houses, we are going to see some eastern houses. We are going to see some pots are kept in these houses, and in according to this weather, the condition, the people cooked food either inside or outside. If in the rainy season the climate is changed, the people are going to cook the food inside the house. And if the weather condition is good, the people are coming outside the house, cooking outside the house. That type of things we are going to see according to the collection made by the archaeologist. It means totally there was a change made by the human beings in his lifestyle. And the other sources, the other things we are going to see is there is a site named Meha Gahra or Meha Raggara near the fertile plain of Bolan Pass, which leads to Iran. The people of Mehergra were the first ones to have learned the cultivation. One more idea in this period we are going to see, which is near to the Bolan Pass. There we are finding the people belongs to this Bolan Pass area. They have learned the idea of cultivation of the plants, cultivation of the cereals, cultivation of the food grains. That was learned by these Mehergra people first in the world. And the people of Mehergra were started to develop the barley, wheat crops, and rearing of goats and the sheep. So one side they are cultivating the barleys or the barleys, and one side they are cultivating the wheat crops, and one more thing they are rearing the goat and the sheep. Rearing the goats and sheep. It means they are keeping in front of the house these goats and the sheep. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲನೆ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So barley's wheat rearing the goats and the sheep were become the important places for the Mer Graha peoples. These people belongs to the nearby the Bolan passes. So that time they civilized. They got an idea how to cultivate these places, cultivate these crops. Now this is the first village in that comes to our notice. The people of Megra lived in the houses also. So before the Burja home, these people who belong to the Meragraha were already living in the house by making the huts or making the house underground under the land. That we are going to see. These people are the first one. And another point, some houses had 4 or more rooms, many, but also many sites have been discovered here with not only have the fossils of animals but also the graves. See, that time how the houses were constructed, some houses were finding the 4 rooms, some houses were 2 rooms which are digged under the land and they have made the settlement. But the people belongs to the Mergraha. They have here they only have the fossils of animals, but not also the graves. So they are utilize the bones of animals. They are utilize the wood also for making these houses or the digging the land. The people and the animals used to be buried together here. So see, one of the important point we are going to see, people and the animals used to be buried together here. So nowadays we are going to see the human beings are buried in the different way, and the animals are buried in the different way. But that time, the people belongs to the ancient period. They are going to burn the human beings and the animals in the same places. That what type of civilization we are going to see in the which period? In the ancient time, who belongs to the India. Now, the next point we are going to learn in this chapter is the first new development or the urbanization we are going to see in the world or in India. So that is called as the first point of urbanization. So the next point is the first urbanization we have seen in India. Urbanization means the urbanized systematic type of house construction, systematic types of city we have seen in the India also in the period of the Harappan. So in the period of Harappan period, there we are going to see the ancient sites of Harappa were discovered by the engineers belongs to India when they were making the railway lines for the first time. When they are digging they have started the digging of land for the railway being laid 150 years ago in the Sindhu Valley, the region of Punjab, there was the Harappan construction were found. So, you go towards the Punjab side. So, 150 years ago, 150 years ago, in the period of Harappa, there we are going to see somewhat urbanization was started in this period. That was seen by these engineers when they have started to dig the land belongs to the Sindh region nearby this Sindh Valley. They thought that it was a mound made by excellent bricks. Who these engineers thought that it is a mound made of excellent bricks, and they utilized the bricks for the construction of railway lines. So when they have started the digging the land, these people of railway group, they have seen the rocks or the bricks were made with a lot of strong materials that was used in the ancient Harappan period. And these bricks are used by the engineers for the purpose of making the railway track. In this way, many houses which had been buried under the soil were destroyed. And subsequently, archaeologists took up research in this area. They were convinced that it was an ancient city since the sites around this city resemble the site discovered earlier. They were called the Harappan civilization. These cities are said to be the 4,600 old cities. When the construction completed for 150 years ago in India, that time engineers thought that so these bricks are one of the mound stone or the mound made excellent bricks. So they have started to use, but when they started to dig the land, that time archaeologists reached this area, reached to this area, and reaching this area, they came to a conclusion that this bricks are utilized for the development of city in the ancient period. So lastly they came to a conclusion that 4,600 years ago it was utilized in the Harappan. 4,600 years ago this was used by the Harappan people for the construction of the houses. That was came to be concluded by these archaeologists. So now next point, now you got the idea how the first urbanization we found. This organization was founded by the engineers who planned to make the railway track, and these people got the help of archaeologists. So, come to the next point, that is the significance of the cities. So, what is the meaning of the significance of the cities means? Now we got idea the Harappan city. So, in this topic we are going to study the point the importance of the cities. So, what kind of changes, what kind of things we are going to see in these cities, that we are going to learn in this topic, that is called as the significance of the cities, importance of the cities. So, what importance we are going to see the topic related to the Harappan culture is, we can see there are two or more parts in the cities of Harappa. The Harappan city was divided into or categorized into two parts. One is the western part, another one is the eastern part. But the western part is differ from the eastern part. So the western part is narrow and at end elevated with the place, elevated places, and the archaeologists belong to this view. They have said that this was a citadel. The meaning of the citadel is, they have confirmed that citadel means the fort. Citadel means the fort. These people consider that this Harappan western side is considered as the one kind of fort type. It means, you know that the kings were living in the fort. So western part is belongs to the kings or the fort. Now come to the point of the eastern part belongs to the Harappan culture was, the eastern part is wide and at a lower level. It was not in the height level, but in the western side we are finding the buildings were constructed in the height, and the eastern side we are finding the buildings were constructed in the lower side. This area has been called as the lower town. So, western part is considered as the upper town and the eastern part is considered as the lower town. And since the bricks every around them were placed in the interlocking manners, the walls are very strong. So, how this constructed where? You can take the example of, so they are attached to each other. They are attached to each other. You can take the example of present day, how the houses are going to be constructed. On the basis of the same way, the houses belongs to the Harappan construction. We are going to see the walls are attached to each other. That type of construction we are going to see according to the archaeologist given idea to us. And these walls are very strong, constructed in this period. They were not worthy buildings inside the citadel, and Mohenjo-daro is the one of the cities had water tank. Scholars have called this as the bath tank. So one side we have seen the Harappan city. So another side we are going to see the Mohenjo-daro city. Mohenjo-daro means, there we are finding the different type of construction which is made with the Harappan culture. You know, seen that these type of figures. So steps surrounding the these, yes, and in the center place we are going to see the water. So this type of construction was seen by the archaeologists made in the Mohenjo-daro. So the Mohenjo-daro and the Harappan were the two cities nearby the this Sindh region. So this is considered as the water tank which is related for the taking of bath, belongs to the people related to this area. So this was considered by the some scholars, and it is also built with the bricks as to prevent the seepage of water from the tank. So for the saving of water, this this tank also constructed with these strong bricks only to save the water, to do not get the leakage of water from this area. And the bath tank has steps on either side. Now only I told both four sides we are getting the what? Steps to enter towards the water. That systematic way was followed by these people to get the construction of this bath or the tank. You can see that in your textbook the figure is given, the picture is given related to the Mohenjo-daro town's bath tank, how it was constructed in the systematic way. So, the water was probably supplied to the tank by well and used water was let out. So, they are going to supply the water for the tank, one side from getting the water from the wells, and the wastage water is also going to be removed from this area after utilization of this water. That is, they are taking from the wells. You know the well. So from these wells they are getting the water and the wastage water is went out. So that type of systematic supplement or the systematic construction was made in the Mohenjo-daro people. Now even probably very important people used to take the bath in this pool and special occasions. When it was used, this bath was used on the important festivals, and this important festivals, some VIP persons, some important persons belongs to this kingdom were going to take the bath in this bath tank. That was the specialty we are going to see. And the fire alerts have been discovered in the other cities like Kalibangan and Lothal. Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal had constructed in the systematic manners by using the granaries. Okay, so these type of things we are going to see which was used in these cities. That's why this become very important to know us what type of achievement made by the people belongs to the Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro. The next point we are going to see in this chapter is town planning. So next point is town plannings. How was the town planning in the period of this Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro? So the lower town, you know that idea you got, western side and the eastern side. The lower town in the low-lying area of the city was the place habitation of the people. It was constructed in the very methodological or a systematic manners we are going to see, and it were constructed as like the layout. So nowadays we are going to see the houses were constructed in the very systematic manners. So there we are going to see, so every side we are going to find the roads and the houses are constructed like this. The houses are going to be constructed like this. So in the same way, we are going to see the construction of the houses were made in the systematic manner with the systematic methods followed by these towns, and the roads, drainage can be seen in a systematic manner here. Almost every person lived in either one or two storied house. You can get the present day we are going to see 1 BHK, 2 BHK like that way. So in the same way, in the Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro period, they have made compulsory 2 or 3 storage rooms for them in the house. The house were built of bricks and had a strong walls constructed in this period. There were rooms all around the courtyard. Inside, the main door faced with the street. You can take the example of every door was faced toward the street. That type of systematic construction was made in this Mohenjo-daro period. So that type of construction we are going to find in the systematic manner. None of the windows open into the streets. So we are not finding the any kind of windows toward the street side. Only the back side and the this side we are going to see the side only we are finding the windows. There were bathrooms in the houses. Some houses had wells which supply the water for their houses. Nowadays we are finding every house in front of this house we are going to see the bore wells. But that time the people belongs to the Mohenjo-daro, they have utilized the help of wells for the purpose of getting water resources. In some houses, every house we are going to see the construction of the bathrooms. And in these cities, we have nearly laid out underground sewage system. You know the sewage, the drainage system we are finding in today also. The water supply of this wastage water is going underground by the canals. So that time in the Mohenjo-daro period, they utilized the canals for the supply of wastage of water. They are called as the underground sewage system. The drains were built of bricks. These canals also made with the bricks. Nowadays we are making the these canals with the help of concrete, cement like this. But that time they have utilized the bricks for the purpose of construction of these canal also, or the you can call in our language naligolu. So covered with the stone slabs, and on that canal or that tunnel we are finding the slabs are given with the stone itself. The stones are going to keep on that this. The gutter of each house was linked to the main drain outside and enable the flow of dirty water from the house to the main drain. So from each house, this water is flowing toward the main drainage or the sewage area, main drain area, and entering toward this hole. Here and holes were created in the drains to enable timely cleaning of them. So nowadays, if you want to clean the drainage, we are utilizing the pipes. We are getting the clean by the some different technology. But that time, those people kept some small holes to these drainage to get clean from this area when they are going to get the stop of these nalis or the charandis. So this type of town planning we have seen in the period of which Harappan period. So next point we are going to see is the town life. So the next after this town planning we are going to see the next point is the town life. How was the life of the people belongs to the Harappan and the Mohenjo-daro period, that we are going to learn in the next class. So before going to the next period, you have to get the reading of all these points related to the ancient civilization in India. Once go through it and see the pictures given in your textbook related to this particular point. Okay, I will continue in the next class. Thank you.